on this pink sheet that you have in your hand. We're going to explain to you what all those things mean. Because I know you're looking at this like, what in the world does this mean? We're going to try and explain that as best we can. If you have questions, please ask your child's teacher. We're going to be walking around. We want to help you understand it and explain it to you. Okay, our academic expectations. Students must pass the ELA portion in 3rd grade to be promoted to 4th grade. And let me explain to you what ELA portion means. That is consisting of reading is huge, writing, and grammar skills. It's broken into 2 parts, the ELA test is, and it combines a reading section that's combined with grammar and also a writing section that's combined with grammar. And guys, it's on the computer. They're expected to type this. I know, you're looking like, oh my goodness. Your baby is going to be expected to type an essay. Okay, so we're really big on this reading and writing. And again, this determines, it is a state thing. They have to be able to meet this gate this year in order to be promoted to 4th grade. Okay, and other 3rd grade teachers, please jump in if I'm leaving something out. So, like I said, it is taken on the computer. It's time, so it's not like they have all day to type this essay. It's about 90 minutes. Okay, they have to be able to read articles. Usually it's 2 articles they're reading. They're typing it. They're responding. They have to compare and contrast these articles, and so on. All in about 90 minutes. Okay, open responses do require critical thinking. They have to have evidence-based answers. And what we mean by evidence-based answers is they have to support it from the text. So if they're reading an article on pandas in zoos versus pandas in the wild, they have to compare the good things about that versus the bad and be able to have an opinion on it, pull evidence from the text, and then explain their thinking. So it's pretty in-depth.
And something I've noticed is that they don't, a lot of my students don't write in complete sentences. And they're going to get dinged for that on milestones. They want complete sentences. They want, according to the text, blah, blah, blah. That's what they're looking for. So I would hate for the kids to have this great argument but not be able to put it in a paragraph or respond to it in a way that milestones is going to accept.
Typing skills, I know most of us are on tablets now. We don't even we have a home computer and never use it because we use our tablets or our phones all the time. But if you're able to get your kids on a typing game or something, you can literally Google typing games. They're free. Have them practice that typing if you can. I've been working on my kids just on home row keys that we learned, as middle and high schoolers. They're expecting them to know and be able to do now. Okay? Another thing I've been telling the kids, the more you write, the better. They're grading them on a rubric. So the more you have, the more points they're going to be able to give you. I know today Ms. Dixon was in my classroom doing a read aloud with my kids and having them write and respond, and some of them were writing a sentence. And she's like, I can't give you points on a sentence. Come on, guys, give me more. So just pushing them to be able to provide us with more information, to give evidence from that text.
Alright, so now that you have the tests, like the little books in the center of your desk, I've been teaching all day, sorry. Instead of your table, if you would turn and look at the book page, I think it's like right at the beginning, just to give you a snapshot of what it will look like when our students are testing in April. Let's see. It's like what is it? So A2 is where it begins. But if you look at A5, they already have to do a short response. So how does the mood of the poem change from the first stanza or part of the poem to the second stanza? So they have to first of all know what a stanza is, and then they proceed to have to analyze how the person is feeling in the poem. So they have to be able to tell based off of the words from the poem how this person is feeling. And the poem was all the way on A2. So they've read a poem, answered questions, and now they have to write a response. So that's quite a bit for one thing. And so they have to hold on to that information to make sure that it transfers throughout the questions and the writing.
I'm sorry, I have
Yes.
one question. Do they get the chance to scroll?
Yes,
go back?
they can go back. Correct? They can look back at the text. So as long as what we're teaching them is strategies on how to go back and look in the text and say, okay, well what are you thinking here? And so in reading, you might hear a child talking about stopping and jotting. Oh, I have to stop and jot. We encourage them to tag. We call it tagging. To write what they're thinking as they're reading, so that they don't lose whatever their thoughts they have. Because 9 times out of 10, honestly, they have it. They know it, but they can't articulate it into paragraphs
And I believe,
for us.
remind me, I think that there's a note section that they can type in,
And no one writes
and it
for
just
it.
transfers over. So as they're reading, they can stop and jot, and it all transfers over.
Yes.
Any available websites that y'all can recommend they work on this at home with to practice?
We sure can. Actually, at the very end, I'm going to give you some websites for that exactly.
To do this, to do these
To
kind of
do reading type passages with comprehension, you can flip through these and see these passages are not short. One of them may be 2 or 3 pages, and then that's just one. They have to read, like I told you before, 2 texts. So they will be reading 2 basically articles that are 6 to 7 pages before they even start typing an essay.
On A6 is where the passages start, if you want to take a look at those. So they give you A6 is one passage. I think it goes on to A7. Then you turn to A8. Let me see, we're still reading. And then on A9 is where the questions start. So that's quite a bit of reading for an 8 or 9-year-old to do.
And I just heard somebody say they're going to go to sleep. Guys, I watched my kids last year. And it is long. It is long. It's hard to imagine our 8-year-olds, 9-year-olds sitting for 2.5 hours. They do get a break. It's about 10 minutes. They got to be able to hold it, stay focused, read, write, go back, read more, answer questions. It's a lot. And you can see why we want to express how important this stuff is to you. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough, but we can do it. We can do it. All right.
We'll get them there.
So we want to move on to your baby and where your baby is at. Before we do that, this is what we will be teaching your kids. You will hear them start using this vocabulary very soon. We use a little acronym called RACE to help us as they respond. The R means restate the question. The A is answer and complete sentences. You heard Miss Massey talking about how important that is. C is where they go back and cite evidence in the text. I don't know about y'all, but I didn't learn how to cite evidence until high school. And now we're expecting our kids to do this, so it's definitely moved up. And then E, they have to be able to explain their thinking. So we're going to be using this acronym. We get the kids to rate their writing. What do you think it is? Do you have a 1-star, a 2-star, or a 3-star? And having them go back. Our goal is to get to this 3-star. And by April, they will be there. We're going to be pushing them and working on this hardcore. So you'll hear them use this at home when they're working on things or working on a writing piece. If you hear them say, I'm using RACE, that's what this is. Okay, here is the sheet you've received. It's pink. Right? This is full of amazing data. Our whole lives are data. We're constantly doing data on your babies. We just wanted to basically give you a snapshot of where your child is right now. Okay? Where they are performing. Now, this is the beginning of 3rd. We know you guys have been out for summer. A lot of them haven't been doing math all summer and reading all summer. We know that. They need a break just like we need a break. So some of them may have fallen back from where they ended at 2nd grade, but our goal by this point is to get them back where they need to be and pushing them on into that 3rd grade curriculum. So as we go through this, we're going to explain what this stuff means to you so you'll understand exactly where your kids are. But don't worry, we are going to explain it and we're going to get them where they need to be.
Okay, to be considered reading on grade level, your child should have tested on an M for the HCLI score. So on that first box, top left, that tells you what your child's level is reading-wise. It's alphabetical. Now, HCLI is how we test their ability to read and respond to questions, comprehension, fluency. All of that is tied into an HCLI score. So, if your child is not reading on an M, they are not technically on grade level. So we need all the support we can get. We need you reading at home. We need you pushing them, saying, okay, what did you think about that? Why do you think the author did that? Why would the character do that? Make them question the text. Make them question themselves. Make them infer about what's happening and why the book was written that way. That is why every night, I think that's a grade level thing, read. You have to read. That is your homework. And it's evident when they don't. So that's what we're really pushing. If they're not on grade level, we need your help. We can do as much as we can here, but we got to have some support at home too.
Guys, on average, they should be reading about 90 to 120 words per minute. We did a fluency screener to see where your students are. You can see that in that second box that says reading fluency data. It's telling you about how many words per minute your child is currently reading. By the end of third grade, they should be reading about 120. Because fourth grade really takes a big step up. We know you're seeing that big step now, even from second to third. Okay? So kind of keep that in mind too. So let's look at this reading chart so you can understand what it means, what we're talking about. We did that HCLI, as Matthew said, the House and County Literacy Inventory, to get your child's reading level. Here's what this data means. You go ahead.
It's also in your child's folder. If you want to take a look at it in there, what we had to do was color in the letter or date the letter that they are currently on. Our children. So you can also see where your child is. Maybe we have them charted so that they are aware as well. Okay, so it's broken down by grade level. So levels A through D is about kindergarten. Grades 1 that has the largest amount to me. From E to J is first grade. Then second grade, as you can see, they only move a little bit in second grade because in second grade they have really grasped the idea of reading. So we're not looking for them to jump as much. We're looking for them to just understand how to read. And I know because I just came from second. So in third grade, again, it's a small jump, but it's meaningful. Those levels are really, really different. And so they have to know how to comprehend in order to move in third grade and in the upper grades, higher grades as well. So comprehension is key. That's by asking the questions, making sure that they understand what they are reading.
And on average, they should be moving a level. So when we're doing this in the spring, and once we get to this in range, they should be moving a level about every 3 months. Like Ms. Milton said, it's going to get a lot harder and more challenging because the comprehension gets deeper. We're really wanting them to dig deeper into the text and what they're reading. So it does get a little harder to move.
Are the books going to get harder throughout the year for them? Are the works going to be a lot more complex throughout the year?
Yes.
So they can get stronger with their vocabulary and their data, right?
Yes.
That's what we're shooting for.
Yes.
Okay.
So they all have like a bag of books that they bring home. They're supposed to be bringing home every night. We have books in that bag around their level. So we try to always have something that's a little higher so we can challenge them a little bit. But our goal is they should steadily be moving up throughout the year. Our classwork, you can see stuff we do with science and social studies. We try and incorporate reading into that. Those reading passages, they get harder and harder as the year goes on. We're trying to do that.
If your child is a level K, it's not going to be beneficial for you to say, okay, you are only allowed to check out O books in the library. They've got to read on their level or one level above, or they're just going to get frustrated. So just because you say, I want you on a Z, they can't just jump there and start reading. That's going to shut them down. So you've got to let us go through the steps. You've got to push them through the steps.
Sorry. Had a baby on the run. Okay. This is our grade level data. You can see 62% of our third graders are not on grade level. Guys, this speaks volumes. To me, it's just, this is where we've got to do the most work. This literacy, we've got to build it up. This is our composite data, this bar graph. You can see our highest reader is a U, our lowest reader is an A.
How do they get to go to the next grade if they're not on grade level? I thought that was how you got to the next grade.
True. Some students have services and different things like that in place, so that's always factored in with promotion as well.
A lot of times students will drop over summer.
And we've had a few drop 3-4 levels just over the summer. Because some of them haven't read at all.
2 levels is about normal. We expect 2 levels from over the summer, and then what we should see is when we do it again in December, they should go back up either where they were or higher. So because they've been back in the habit of using the strategy, so it's very normal for them to drop and then go back up. It's like a roller coaster.
So reading like during the summer and Christmas
It's very important. Yes. Yes. Even like newspapers, comic strips, any